welcome to another episode of the Pursuing Greatness podcast, the place experts share their wisdom on living well by mastering health, wealth, relationships, and spirit. Before we get started, I want to let you know that the best way to support the show is just to subscribe, like, and share this episode with your friends and family. Also, if you'd like to learn more about how to master life, check out our website at pursuinggreatnesspodcast.com. With that said, I hope you enjoy the episode. We have a very special guest with us today, so grab your pen and paper and enjoy the journey. All right, we are live with another episode of the Pursuing Greatness podcast. Today we have with us Shae and Leonard. Shae is a physician's assistant and a functional medicine health coach with a focus on mental health, your gut, and hormones. Really happy to have Shae on here. We haven't had a lot of people come and talk about health. Health has been one thing that we've kind of neglected here, which is a shame because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. So, Shae, I'm glad to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm great, Gabe. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited.
Absolutely. As I mentioned before we started this all up, we always start out with stories here. So why don't you take us back to the beginning? How did you get started down the path of functional medicine and to the point where you are today?
Awesome. Long story, but we'll keep it simple. I wanted to pursue medicine since I was little. I didn't know what that would look like, just wanted to be a doctor. And that was kind of my goal. So about middle school, junior high, I started having my own health issues, and it got pretty tumultuous and bad, and lots of specialists and some pretty severe issues going on. I ended up seeing a lot of specialists and lots of prescription meds, and that really made me want to pursue medicine even more. Through that whole journey, I felt very, unfortunately, unheard and not listened to. And I really felt like there could be something better. So went through all that, didn't really see an improvement all the way through college and through PA school, decided to go to PA school. I still was having these health issues all the time. And no one ever asked me about my diet or my sleep or my stress or my gut health or anything like that. It was just, this is the issue. You're going to be on medicine for the rest of your life. And I really didn't accept that. And I started pursuing it on my own, trying to figure it out. And finally linked up with a functional medicine pharmacist who is a good friend and mentor of mine. And she changed my life. She's the first person who said, hey, there's a reason for this. These things don't just happen out of nowhere. Let's find the root cause and clean up your diet. And, Dr. Pepper and honey buns probably is not helpful for brain health. And we need to figure out what's going on. And so she really opened the door for me several years ago. And I was already practicing as a PA, and we were not taught about functional medicine much at all. I don't remember hardly any schooling on nutrition or a lot of dietary things. And that's really shocking to me looking back. It was very much pharmaceuticals and prescriptions and diagnosing and that type of thing. So long story short, functional medicine changed my life personally. And I realized conventional medicine, wasn't necessarily for me. I started practicing it, functional medicine, as a PA in mental health. I was a psychiatry PA for years. And I started realizing in psychiatry, the biggest thing was a lot of dietary changes and inflammation and thought patterns and so much more than take this antidepressant, it's going to fix you. I really wasn't seeing a lot of help in that area. Was it a good, amazing stabilization and sometimes life-saving? Absolutely. And I love conventional medicine for that part. But 90% of the time, it was just day-to-day lifestyle changes, kind of the unsexy stuff that needed to be talked about and really dealt with every day. And I really decided to make the change in my life. I saw an insane impact. I mean, I almost quit my job as a PA because I was so sick and miserable and exhausted. And it was just because I was so unhealthy and I didn't realize what I was doing to myself stress-wise. And made that change. And I'm doing awesome. And I decided, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to help others do. I left my conventional medicine job as a PA and opened my own business doing health coaching and consulting. Obviously, my education has helped me, but I did go back to functional medicine school. And here I am doing this today. So
awesome. No, I love it. And I mean, I have a few people in my family and immediate friends who are, went down the medicine path, doctors, nurses, and I've kind of heard the same thing from them, that the schooling system that we have and the way that kind of medicine approaches health today is very conventional. It's very trying to alleviate the issues that are kind of presenting themselves versus the real fundamentals of how you're living your life, which is really why that's kind of expressing itself later on. So before I go any further, I want to first jump on that key word that you said, functional medicine, because I wasn't really familiar with that before you jumped on. So I'm learning something here new here too, and I'm sure people listening and watching are the same. So what is functional medicine? Define that for us real quick.
Yeah, I love it's simply root cause medicine. It's trying to find where there's coming from these symptoms. A lot of times in conventional medicine, at least where I was taught, was you have this symptom. We don't really look any further. We just try to get you relief for the symptom. Whatever side effects come, if we don't address the root cause, it's okay. We just want to give you rapid relief. Unfortunately, that rapid relief ends up being medications for years and years with other side effects. Conventional medicine looks at the big picture. It says, okay, our body's telling us something. So say you have migraines, a functional medicine outlook would say, thank you. Where is that coming from? Your body's clearly, out of whack. There's some reason. Things don't just happen for no reason. So we say, oh, where does this migraine come from? We really look at the whole situation, the environment, it's like a leaf on a tree, right? That's a symptom. We got to look at the branches, all the other leaves, the trunk, the soil, the air around it, the pollution, what's going on that's really impacting our health, changing our genes, epigenetically impacting us to really cause this one discomfort, this one symptom. And that's called root cause medicine. It's really about how can we heal? The body's so resilient. We can teach it and relearn how to heal ourselves by making these changes. And of course, supplements and different herbal medications and natural things, and even prescriptions for short-term stabilization sometimes can be life-changing. But ultimately, I want to know why. And that was where I was at. Why am I having these issues every month on my menstrual cycle? Why am I having these problems? I don't want to just be on a prescription forever and no one tell me why. So that's the big focus of functional medicine, is why, how can we sustain long-term and really actually heal our body and figure out the root cause?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And it would, from my perspective, just dealing with my own health issues in the past, the idea of solving the actual problem that's happening versus putting the Band-Aid on over the issue just kind of resonates really well with me. So, prescriptions, obviously they have a place. So what do you see? What is the difference when it comes to when somebody should be looking for, the conventional type of response to a health issue or the functional medicine type of response?
So 90% of the time, it's going to be the functional medicine response, right? Because we think of what chronic disease looks like for our modern lifestyle today. Most of it's preventative, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune diseases. There's a lot of stuff that we can prevent. Over 90% of mainstream chronic disease is a functional medicine issue. We can address it. We can actually heal and reverse type 2 diabetes. We can do these things. And so really making that a priority. Now, conventional medicine, and best believe I will be the first one to tell you, if I am in a critical need, or if there's a car accident or anything like that, oh my goodness, we have to have conventional medicine. You have to be able to give us epinephrine and stabilize us and all of that, have emergency surgery if that's the case. But prescriptions and surgery aren't first line 90% of the time. And I think that's where the disconnect is. Someone comes in, they have high blood pressure, we put them on a blood pressure medication. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are they having high blood pressure? How long has this been going on? Is it a magnesium issue, potassium issue? What's their diet look like? Are they moving? All of these things, because stress, okay, so if they have hypertension and we just put them on a medicine, 2 years later, it's type 2 diabetes. And then, 10 years down the road, it's a heart attack. We could have prevented all of that and actually saved a lot of money, for the medicine and the client and the patient and everything, by addressing these root causes. But rapid stabilization, emergency care is life changing. And I'm so thankful for it. But 90% of the time, there's a better choice.
Awesome. No, I love it. And I really like the functional medicine focuses on those fundamentals. What
Yeah.
are the big things that you kind of see when, people come to you, they have issues? I'm sure the issues range from, A to Z, just everything you could think of. And I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of those issues are related to very core
Mhm.
solutions that people are kind of omitting in their lifestyle. So what are the core issues, or not the core issues, the core solutions that you usually see people needing in their life that they're not getting?
Yeah, I love that question because that's exactly how I word it to my clients, because it can be overwhelming, even in the health world right now, right? There's lots of trends and fad diets, and everyone's like, well, if I take this supplement, that's going to help me, and it's okay because it's a supplement. I'm not swapping out prescriptions for supplements. That still is trying to kind of, just band-aid the issue. Let's really find where those deficiencies are coming from, et cetera. So we want to take it a step further. But really what I have found, and it is three things, and to this day, I have not found anything that doesn't fit into these three groups. I don't care if you're seeing me for hormone issues, diabetes, autoimmune issues, whatever the case may be. It's crappy food, toxins, and stress. Those are the three groups of where all of these chronic diseases, at least 90% of them, are coming from. So nutrient poor food, right? That's pretty common. And we don't even realize how nutrient poor our diet is and our food. And I do specialized testing with my clients that actually shows me a picture of their Krebs cycle, your actual Krebs cycle, where you produce energy. And in order to use a carbohydrate for energy, you have to have cofactors, magnesium, B vitamins, all of these different things. So unless you're taking it as a supplement and eating it with your Pop-Tart, it's anti-nutritive. If you eat a dark green leafy vegetable, that's a carb, but it also has magnesium in it naturally. So we can actually use it for what we need to. So like macro counting doesn't account for micronutrients. You might lose weight, but you're not going to be healthy. And so there's so many different things out there that we need to pay attention to, but they all really come down to this idea of nutrient poor food, toxins that can be pesticides, beauty hygiene products that we use, just air and water pollution, and of course, endogenous toxins as well. Our body produces lots of endogenous toxins and waste that we have to get rid of every day. I don't know, probably the majority of my clients I see only go number 2 once or twice a week. They're not taking the trash out, right? And they're reabsorbing the trash, and that's not good. And so toxins are a big deal. And of course, stress. And stress is a big one, and it's in 2 groups: physical stressors and emotional stressors. So, of course, we know the emotional stressors: trauma, negative thought patterns, negative mindset, any type of emotional abuse or anything like that. And then, of course, physical stressors: food sensitivities, any type of toxin or heavy metal toxicity, over exercising and under consuming calories. That's a common stressor that sends a lot of my clients into a mess of cortisol issues. And so physical and emotional stressors. So crappy food, toxins, and stress, that's where it really all comes down to.
I love it. That makes it so much simpler.
Yeah.
You're right. When you go out, when you have a health issue and you go out there on the internet, you Google it, there are a million things that pop up. And it's always hard to figure out, like, okay, which one do I actually do? Like, I don't know. Google has this one at the top. Maybe that one's the best, but who knows? And then you go to your doctor and they give you all these other things to do. And so it's really hard to figure out what the actual solution is, and breaking it down. I mean, just seeing food, toxin, stress, that makes a lot of sense, especially stress in today's modern world. It's let's see, it's January 29th, 2021. So we're in COVID. Stress, I'm sure the entire country has been a little bit more stressed recently. So I'm sure, you're seeing that in your own clientele, coming forth there. So
Absolutely.
foods, toxins, and stress. Those are the 3 buckets that people need to focus on when they're looking to really revamp their health.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Well, hey, we are already through our our mark. So we have to push us into the quick question round. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. It starts with books. I'm a big bookie. So give me 2 book recommendations, one for general life wisdom, and then one for the specific topic that you're talking about, functional health, gut health, anything like that.
Love it. Okay. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. Love this book. Mindset. Anyone who knows me knows I speak on mindset. It's one of the also most important things we speak on in my sessions. The power of placebo, how actual research data there is about that. There's peer-reviewed studies. This is not woo-woo. This is legit science. And so I love that book. That's a great one. And then for just functional medicine in general, I really, oh my goodness, there's so many that I love. Oh man, I would say my original one that got me into it was Inflammation Spectrum by Dr. Will Cole. Love that one. It's a great introduction how to calm inflammation and prevent some chronic disease that's really friendly to read.
Awesome. I love it. Those are 2 great book recommendations. And I like that you said mindset, because, so many people think they hear mindset, they're like, oh, that's so woo woo, but really it's not. James Allen wrote a book, As You Thinketh. It's one of my favorite books, super simple, but it really goes into like just mindset. The way you think about things really does impact the way that it actually occurs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I could talk on it for hours.
Yeah. I love that you brought that up. Okay, on to the second question. So habits are kind of the foundation of our life. It defines how we present ourselves in the world, how we live our life. So what is the one habit in your own life that you feel contributes the most to your health, well-being, happiness, success?
Meditation, specifically in the form of visualization. I am a very visual person. Not everyone is that way. You can teach yourself to be that way. It comes naturally to me, but I visualize my client's success. I visualize my success. I visualize my day to day. If I have something coming up I'm dreading, I visualize it going amazing. I do those things every day. And that's been by far the most helpful thing for me in my business, as well as my clients and my own personal health as well.
Awesome. I love that. And that's called visualization meditation. That's called transcendental meditation, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. I love that. Okay, on to the next question. This is for your younger self. So the Shae who was just going into PA school, she liked medicine, she liked health. She didn't really have an idea of functional medicine yet. If you could go back to that Shae and give her one piece of advice moving forward, what would that be?
Don't let your limiting beliefs keep you in your box. That was something I learned way later in life than I wish I had. And it was limiting beliefs and how much my own limiting beliefs, how I was raised, or whatever the case may be, society. I had limiting beliefs, thinking I was never good enough to do this, or I was never going to know enough to do this, or take that next step, and just do it. Don't let those limiting beliefs break you. They are the biggest enemy in your way for success.
For sure. And the hard thing about limiting beliefs is you can't argue them down. Like I always thought I had this belief, and I thought if I could just logic myself out of that, it doesn't work that way. You have to actually take the action. You have to take the step. Then once you see you've done it, then it'll pass away. So
exactly.
I love that. On to mentors. We are never islands. We are all here together, and there are plenty of people who influence us and contribute to our path along life. So you don't have to name the person if you don't feel comfortable, but what is one person? You don't have to name them, but what is one person, and how did they affect your life so far?
Oh, I have so many, and I believe in the power of mentors. And I constantly want to have rotating mentors and all of them, because it's been super influential in my life. For example, my friend and mentor, who is my functional pharmacist, Jenna Clack. She's brilliant. She changed my life. She is the one who said, "Hey, you can do this. This was your health crisis, and you went through it. Now let's use it to help other people." And I was like, "Wait a minute. I'm in PA, I'm in conventional medicine, and I just prescribe medicine." She's like, "What? No, you help people. You're in the business of helping people. Let's help people in a different way." And so I love her for that. And Maggie Berghoff as well. She really got me started in the business aspect of how to do this my own way, and the best way for my life day to day. And she was really influential in that as well.
I love that. And that is, in my opinion, that's one of the best things about having a really good mentor is that they can change your perspective on something that you're going through in your life.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to change the facts of life. The facts are going to be there. They're going to be the same, but they'll help you see it from a different angle, so you can start taking action to get through it. So that's awesome that you had those people in your life. Moving on to the last question here, or second to last question. I'm a big quote person as well. You don't have to have the exact quote word for word, but just give us the feeling behind it. What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is Tony Robbins, and I have it on my website literally because it is something that I talk about all the time with my clients and really myself every day. And it really just says that if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. And that's always resonated with me on a health side, which is so funny. Like if you just keep eating McDonald's every day, you're going to get what McDonald's gives you, you know, but also it's so much deeper than that. And so I love, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten, and you can see good and the bad. But for me, it gives me the power back to make those changes.
Love it. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. That is a great quote.
Yeah.
And okay, on to the last question here. You've given us a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice to apply to our own life. So I'm sure people want to reach out, say hi. What is the best way for them to do that?
So I am on social media, Facebook and Instagram as @Shae Leonard, ShaeLeonard. And my website is www.shaeleonard.com.
Perfect. Well, Shae, thank you very much for hopping on the show. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. Well, hey, and everybody who's here with us today, thank you guys for showing up. You are the reason that we do this, so we appreciate having you here. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to us. My email is gabe@pursuinggreatnesspodcast.com. Love taking those questions and giving you guys answers as best as I can. Other than that, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic week. Keep living your best life, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you guys for sticking with us on another episode of the Pursuing Greatness podcast. I hope you got a lot of value out of that guest. Again, the best way to support the show is just to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family. Also, check out pursuinggreatnesspodcast.com if you want to get more information about what we do and what we offer. I hope you guys have a great day and keep living in integrity with yourselves. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode coming shortly.